You're not just aging during the day, you're losing muscle at night. Every single time you sleep without the right fuel, your body breaks down more than it builds. But what if you could flip that? What if just one simple change before bed could stop the nightly muscle drain and even help you rebuild while you sleep? You might think that sleep is the ultimate time for rest and recovery, and in many ways, it is. Your brain resets, your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens. But beneath that calm surface, something else is happening, something most people never see coming. Every night while you sleep, your body quietly shifts into a catabolic state. That means instead of building muscle, it's breaking it down. This is normal to some degree. But as we age, especially past 60, that shift becomes more dramatic and more damaging. That means instead of building muscle, it's breaking it down. This is normal to some degree. But as we age, especially past 60, that shift becomes more dramatic and more damaging. Here's why. During the day, when you're eating and moving around, your body gets regular doses of amino acids from food. That fuels a process called muscle protein synthesis, or MPS, the signal that tells your body to build and maintain muscle. But when you sleep, you stop eating. That means your bloodstream runs low on those muscle-building amino acids. Without them, your body can't maintain its balance, and muscle protein breakdown, or MPB, takes over. In younger people, the body handles this better. Their hormones are more active, their muscles more responsive. But for seniors, the equation changes. The body becomes less sensitive to protein. It takes more effort and smarter timing to keep muscle strong. And when there's no food coming in for 7, 8, even 9 hours overnight, muscle starts to erode, slowly, silently, night after night. You don't feel it at first. Maybe you just find it harder to carry groceries, or your legs feel weaker when you rise from the couch. But over time, that nighttime breakdown adds up, and without the right support, you're not just losing strength, you're losing independence. This is why so many seniors struggle with falls, slow recovery from illness, and long hospital stays. It's not just age, it's the loss of muscle mass that was never protected in the first place. But here's the key point. This loss isn't inevitable. It's preventable. And the fix isn't complicated. In fact, it starts with one small shift in what you do right before bed. Most people assume they wake up in the morning the same way they went to bed, just a little more rested. But what if you're actually waking up weaker? Not because you skipped a workout or had a bad day, but because your body was in silent breakdown mode all night long. This is the trap, and it's one nearly every senior falls into without ever realizing it. Let's break it down. Your muscles aren't just sitting there while you sleep. They're constantly shifting between two processes: muscle building and muscle breakdown. These are known as muscle protein synthesis, MPS, and muscle protein breakdown, MPB. During the day, meals and movement stimulate MPS, but at night those signals vanish. You stop eating, you stop moving, and the body leans toward MPB. It's part of a natural fasting cycle. The problem is, as you age, that cycle gets more aggressive. In your 20s or 30s, your body has a buffer. Hormones like testosterone and growth hormone are in full swing. Your muscles are responsive. A few missed meals don't make much of a dent. But by the time you're in your 60s or 70s, everything changes. Hormones decline. Muscles become less reactive. And instead of coasting through the night, your body starts pulling from its own reserves, specifically your muscle tissue. Here's what makes it worse. Seniors are often eating less protein overall, or they're loading it all into one meal, usually dinner, and assuming that's enough. But it's not. Protein doesn't store like fat or sugar. Your body can't save it up and use it later. It needs a steady supply to keep muscle protected, especially during long stretches without food. So what happens? You go to bed without enough amino acids in your bloodstream. Your muscles get no signal to grow or stay stable, and the breakdown process ramps up. You're not just aging, you're being pulled into a slow, silent spiral. And the worst part? Most seniors have no idea it's happening. They think they're just getting older. But really, they're losing muscle every single night because no one told them how to stop it. That's the trap. But the way out starts with one thing: understanding what your muscles need most during sleep and how to give it to them. Your muscles run on a schedule, not just a workout schedule, but a biological clock. And if you feed them at the wrong time, they don't grow. In fact, they may start shrinking, especially as you get older. Here's the part most people miss. Your body doesn't just need protein. It needs protein at the right time. You could eat 100 grams a day and still lose muscle if you're not getting it when your body needs it most. And the most overlooked time of all? Right before bed. Let's think about what happens overnight. For 7 to 9 hours, your body is fasting. No food, no protein, no building blocks for your muscles. That's nearly a third of your day spent in a state of breakdown. And for seniors, that's when the damage can accelerate. Your body's natural ability to bounce back, what doctors call anabolic response, has already slowed down. That means even a short window of protein deficiency hits harder, and if that window happens every night, it adds up fast. But here's where the breakthrough comes in. You can interrupt that breakdown just by giving your body the right type of protein at the right time. When you eat protein right before bed, specifically a slow-digesting kind like casein, you flood your bloodstream with amino acids over several hours. Instead of spiking and crashing like fast-digesting whey, casein acts like a drip feed. It slowly releases amino acids while you sleep, keeping your muscle tissue nourished. That means you flip the switch from breakdown to preservation, sometimes even to growth. This isn't theory. It's been tested in clinical trials. In one study, older adults who consumed casein protein 30 minutes before sleep had significantly higher rates of overnight muscle protein synthesis. Their muscles didn't just hold on, they started rebuilding, all while they slept. Here's the most exciting part. This simple shift doesn't require a massive lifestyle overhaul. You don't need to eat a huge meal. You don't need to work out right before bed. You don't even need to stay up late. All it takes is one scoop of the right protein at the right time. Your muscles are listening 24 hours a day, but at night, they're especially vulnerable. That's when your biological clock opens a unique window, one that can either lead to slow erosion or quiet rebuilding. And you get to choose which. If you've ever woken up feeling stiff, sluggish, or somehow weaker than the day before, it's not just in your head. It's in your muscle fibers, and the solution could be waiting on your nightstand. Not all proteins are created equal. Some work fast and fade quickly. Others work slow, but hold the line. And when it comes to preserving muscle overnight, slow and steady wins every time. That's exactly what makes casein protein such a powerful ally, especially for seniors. Casein is one of the two main proteins found in milk, the other being whey. Most people are familiar with whey. It's the go-to post-workout shake because it digests fast and spikes amino acids in the blood quickly. Great for recovery right after exercise, but at night, that spike is too short. Whey enters your system, peaks in about an hour, and then it's gone. Your body is still fasting and your muscles are still breaking down. Casein works differently. When you drink casein, it forms a gel-like substance in your stomach. That slows digestion. Instead of flooding your bloodstream all at once, it releases amino acids gradually, over 6 to 8 hours. Think of it like an IV drip for your muscles. While you sleep, casein quietly feeds your muscle tissue, giving it the support it needs to stay intact. Multiple studies have confirmed this effect. In one trial, Older adults who took 40 grams of casein before bed showed significantly greater overnight muscle protein synthesis than those who didn't. In plain terms, they kept more muscle just by drinking a shake before sleep. Now here's why this matters so much for seniors. The older you are, the harder it is to stimulate muscle growth. This is called anabolic resistance. Your muscles don't respond to small protein doses the way they used to. You need a bigger push and a smarter one. That's exactly what casein delivers. It's not just the amount of protein, it's the timing and the release curve that make the difference. Some people ask, can't I just eat a little cottage cheese or yogurt before bed? And the answer is yes, in theory. Those foods contain casein. But the dose matters. Most servings of dairy won't give you the full 30 to 40 grams needed to trigger a strong response. You'd have to eat a pretty big bowl, which can be tough late at night. That's why a simple scoop of micellar casein protein powder, mixed with water or almond milk, is the easiest and most effective route. It's fast to make, light on the stomach, and delivers exactly what your muscles need. This isn't about bulking up. It's about holding on to the strength that keeps you independent. That lets you lift your grandkids, carry groceries, or get up off the floor without help. And that strength starts in the night, with a protein that protects you while you sleep. So what actually happens inside your body when you take casein before sleep? Let's walk through it. Because the moment that protein shake goes down, everything changes. As casein enters your stomach, it doesn't behave like other proteins. It doesn't break down fast. Instead, it forms a soft, gel-like substance that slows digestion on purpose. It's not a flaw, it's a feature. That slow-release structure is what keeps a steady flow of amino acids entering your bloodstream all night long. And that flow matters, because the moment your body detects those circulating amino acids, it does something critical. It turns off the muscle breakdown switch. The catabolic state you normally enter during sleep, the one that drains your strength, is interrupted. Your body starts using those incoming amino acids to rebuild, repair, and protect your muscle tissue. It doesn't happen with a bang. It's quiet, subtle, but measurable. In clinical studies, older adults who took casein before bed showed higher levels of muscle protein synthesis throughout the night. Their bodies shifted from breakdown to balance. In some cases, they even built new muscle while they slept, just from that one change. The benefits don't stop at muscle. That steady supply of protein also helps support blood sugar stability, immune repair, and tissue recovery. You may even wake up feeling a little more refreshed, a little less sore, and with more energy in your legs. Over time, these small overnight wins compound. A little more muscle each week, a little more strength in your step, and most importantly, less of the slow, invisible decline that happens when nothing is done. Here's another key effect. Casein supports your metabolism. Muscle isn't just for strength, it's your body's calorie-burning engine. The more you have, the better your metabolic health. That means better blood sugar, better insulin sensitivity, and lower inflammation, all by protecting one tissue, skeletal muscle. Now let's bust a myth that holds many people back. Won't eating protein before bed make me gain weight? Not when it's casein. In fact, casein has a high thermic effect, meaning your body burns more calories just digesting it. And because it supports lean tissue, it helps maintain a higher resting metabolic rate. So instead of storing fat, your body gets to work, healing and repairing while you sleep. This isn't about fads or trends. It's about biology. Your muscles are under threat every night. Casein is the defense system. It's not flashy, it's not loud, but it works. Quietly, steadily, and powerfully. And for seniors looking to protect their independence, that quiet power might just be the most important supplement in the world. Knowing is one thing, doing is another. And when it comes to protecting your muscles at night, What matters most is consistency, a small, repeatable habit you can build into your life, night after night. So let's talk about how to actually make this work, because it doesn't have to be complicated. The goal is simple. Give your body exactly what it needs to protect and rebuild muscle, right before it enters the longest fast of the day, and that means combining casein protein with quality sleep hygiene to create the perfect nighttime stack. Start by timing your casein about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. That's your sweet spot. It gives your body time to begin digesting, while still ensuring a steady release of amino acids deep into the night. Don't overthink it. This isn't a big meal. Just mix 1 scoop of micellar casein with water or almond milk, shake it up, and you're done. If you prefer whole foods, low-fat cottage cheese or Greek yogurt can work too. But remember, you need enough protein to cross the threshold. That usually means 30 to 40 grams in total, and reaching that with food alone might require a larger serving than most people are comfortable eating before bed. That's why powders are so popular. Simple, fast, no guesswork. Now let's pair it with the second ingredient, sleep. You want to protect your sleep quality, not disrupt it. So avoid pairing casein with sugar, caffeine, or heavy fat-based meals. Keep it light and clean. Ideally, avoid screens and bright lights for the last 30 minutes before sleep. Give your brain a chance to wind down. And if you take other supplements like magnesium, stack them with your casein shake to create a ritual effect. One habit that cues the next. This is where habit stacking becomes powerful. Brushing your teeth? That's your cue. Finished reading or stretching? Time for your shake. It's not about willpower. It's about building a loop that your body and brain begin to expect. You don't need perfection. You need repetition. Because over time, this simple act becomes part of who you are, not a fitness fad, not a temporary fix, but a permanent shield against muscle loss. It takes less than 60 seconds, but the impact lasts through the night and echoes across the years. So imagine this. You brush your teeth, mix your casein shake, take your supplements, dim the lights, and slip into bed, knowing you've just given your muscles the exact support they need. You didn't just prepare for sleep, you prepared for strength. And that's what this is really about. Not just living longer, but waking up stronger. Most people think aging just happens to them, that it's a slow, steady slide you can't do anything about. But that's not the full story, not even close. Because what the science shows, and what real-world results confirm, is that aging is malleable, especially when it comes to muscle. You're not locked into decline. You're not stuck losing strength, step by step, night after night. In fact, the truth is far more powerful. You can influence how you age, simply by changing how you treat your muscles. And that influence begins tonight. 1 scoop of casein protein. That's all it takes to shift the balance, to stop the nightly muscle breakdown, to support the tissue that keeps you upright, balanced, walking, and strong, to preserve the independence so many people lose, not because they're old, but because they never protected their strength in the first place. You won't feel it all at once, but in a few weeks, you'll notice something. A little more spring in your step, less soreness when you get up, a bit more confidence in your stride. And in 6 months, a difference that could last for decades. That's the power of compound strength. It doesn't show up in one night, but it does show up every time you need it, when you catch yourself from falling, when you stand up without groaning, when you're walking into your 80s and 90s with full control of your body. The question isn't just whether you'll live longer, it's how you'll live. Will you feel strong in your skin? Will you be able to take care of yourself? Will you trust your legs when you walk up the stairs or play with your grandkids? Those answers depend on what you choose to do, starting now. No, casein isn't a miracle. It's not magic. But it is medicine, real physiological support delivered at the exact time your body needs it most. And that makes it one of the most powerful tools you'll ever use for healthy aging. Because every night, you face a choice. You can let your muscles erode, or you can feed them. You can let time chip away at your strength, or you can take it back. The decision doesn't require a gym. It doesn't require a diet overhaul. It just takes a glass, a scoop, and a willingness to take action before you sleep. So the next time you're winding down for the night, ask yourself, did I do something today that helps me stay strong tomorrow? If the answer is yes, that strength will stay with you. One night at a time. One step at a time. One small choice that could keep you walking tall for the next 10 years.